Former American Business Executive Chair of IBM, Gini Rometty, once said, "Growth and comfort do not coexist." And she has a point. When I made the decision to purchase my building to further expand my company's contribution in the world, I wasn't at all comfortable, not at all. While my heart was telling me to move ahead, my head was questioning everything. How could I undertake renovating 51% of a building in 2 months and still be able to run my mentoring business? How was I going to furnish everything? What was I going to do about unplanned expenses, things I couldn't even see? How could I find members for the co-working and tenants for the private suites? The list of questions was endless, and the list of hurdles was long. One of the biggest hurdles came after purchasing the building. I couldn't find a general contractor. It wasn't for not trying to find one. Despite numerous calls, I didn't receive any phone calls, not one return phone call. And each week that went by was a week that I couldn't move my existing business, a week I couldn't market the co-working and conference center, a week that I couldn't bring in my clients to the new headquarters. And my lease was up, and I was really on borrowed time at that point in my former location. And there were days that I really questioned if purchasing this building was a good idea. And it wasn't moving forward in my time frame, right? So phone call after phone call led me eventually to the seller's agent, who introduced me to a commercial property owner. And it really was a fortuitous meeting with that other business or building owner that changed everything. Now, he suggested that I handle the renovation myself. And I remember laughing at his suggestion to be my own general contractor. Why? Because I've never owned a commercial property before. I never renovated. I didn't know any trades. And in my discomfort with I didn't know what I didn't know, I was giving all the reasons why my handling the renovation wouldn't work. And it was interesting. In one generous offer, he erased all of those reasons. He would share his team of trades with me. And turns out the timing was perfect. The renovations at his buildings were slowing down, and his team of trades needed the work. It really was a win-win-win scenario. And he introduced me to his carpenter, who was going to walk me through everything. And I was so outside my comfort zone. I didn't know what I didn't know. It was a lot of coordinating with the carpenter, drywallers, flooring, painters, electricians, plumbers, HVAC, and the city inspectors. I had no idea that the flooring goes down before the toilets are installed. I didn't know inspectors would ask to see the HVAC manual that comes with each of the 6 new units that needed to be replaced. I didn't know that there were programmable thermostats. I didn't know that not all of the architectural designs that seem to work on paper might not work in old buildings that have their own character and slanted walls, okay? So what I did know, though, is how to reverse engineer timeframes, see beyond the ugly into the potential of a space, and figure out creative solutions to seemingly impossible problems. In those times, I leaned on the distinctive skills. I became comfortably uncomfortable, comfortable in the discomfort. I also didn't know that it was a big deal to complete a major renovation in 2 months. In this case, the lack of knowing worked in my favor. Now, according to my commercial broker, she said it rarely happens that the renovation of this size is done in 2 months. I really owe it to my team of trades, really. I mean, I couldn't have done it without them, literally. I couldn't have done it without them. And in my discomfort, I grew my skills, the knowledge, and capacity. The capacity to forgive myself for costly decisions, the capacity to forgive others for not meeting their promises while holding them to account with grace and strength, the capacity to take on more and delegate more, and the capacity to be comfortably uncomfortable. So I ask you, what skill did you grow after moving through an uncomfortable situation? I'm Lisa Manini. Until next week, create a great life. Bye now.